This is the third Hardpoint Editor video update. This is Luke, and I'll be taking you through the new things that we've added this week. This week's episode is going to focus on how you light up your ship. So the first thing you can see here is that we've now added running lights to the engine. These are purely for aesthetics. Like everything else in Excalibur, you're able to go into the Hardpoint editor and change the settings. Here are the settings for changing how the object should flash. The attack rate is the time it takes to reach full brightness. The decay rate is the time it takes to turn off. The flash delay is the time between flashing. The light duration is how long the light should stay on. So you can see here it's set to 0, which is why we have a quick flash. The initial delay is how long the light should wait before flashing for the first time when you first load the ship up. This effect has been achieved by altering the initial delay on the individual lights. You can see how by altering the settings I've turned this light from flashing into more of a pulsating effect. Once I'm finished, I can leave the Hardpoint editor. And the effect is applied. Here are some more examples of what the running lights look like when applied to different ships. Moving on, you can see now that we've implemented hull reflections. This is similar to specularity, but it behaves in a slightly different way, and I'll show you how in a moment. If we open up the light in the Hardpoint editor, we can see now that there are some more options. You can see the different options are pretty self-explanatory. Here I am changing the intensity, that's how bright the light is. The same sort of effect applies to reflections. Reflection range is how far the reflection will stretch across the hull. I'll increase the intensity to make this more obvious. You can see how the reflection is now reaching the front of the saucer. Let's put that back. And finally, the specular intensity is how intense the highlight should be. So for instance, you can see here, the reflection isn't changing, it's just the highlight of the light. I've turned the specular intensity of this light off, You can see there's no highlight on this nacelle. This side though, you can see there is. You can see how the reflection and the specularity differ. Let's set this back to how it was. And you can see, as before, the effect is instantly applied. Moving on, Michael has implemented the new planet shader. You can see as I move the sun around, the halo around the planet moves and changes. Although not shown here, if the sun goes behind the planet, the halo turns a reddish colour. That wraps up our update for this week. We'd like to thank you very much for your support, and also from all of us here at the Excalibur team, we hope you have a Merry Christmas.